shit. Okay, I think we're live. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, or if you can see me or anything. Cycling through the windows trying to figure out if I'm in the right place. Oh. I can check on my phone to see if we're live. All right, we're live. Oh, you hear me? Oh, hell yeah. Let's smoke some weed. So I bought some new weeds today. Some Rebel Spirits. Well, now I don't know where the camera is because I'm used to doing it all by phone. But anyway, so I got some Rebel Spirits, and these are the 2-packs. It's the hybrid Sherbert Crashers or the Indica Hybrid Strawberry Banana Sherbert. They're the ones that are split. So the pink dot is the strawberry, which I'm going to smoke. And then the other one is whatever the hell. Sherbert Crashers. It's in there, trust me. So there's 5 of each. You get 2 different kinds of weed. I love this. These are fantastic. What I want to do though is I want to get stoned and read the news. Because I heard this today on Jimmy Dore. And I don't know if you guys watch Jimmy Dore, because most of my friends don't watch Jimmy Dore. It's not their cup of tea. Wow, that's damn good. Strawberry Banana Sherbert, 26.44%. Rebel Spirit, that's a good one. But I figured instead of just rambling while I was smoking, what I'd do is we'd look at this. This was on Jimmy earlier. He was talking about, this is from CNN Health. CNN is where I go to for all of my health related everything that I need. That's not true. I consult my chiropractor. Hey, Raggedy Ann, Josie, JJ. So, according to CNN... Anyway. According to CNN Health, uncontrollable vomiting due to marijuana use on the rise. Study finds. So this was just the 17th. What are we at now? I don't even know what fucking day it is, but it's close to the 17th, right? 22nd. So, I mean, this is fairly recent that uncontrollable vomiting due to marijuana use is on the rise. All right. An unusual illness is on the rise in the United States, especially in states that have legalized marijuana. Can you believe that? Habitual users of cannabis, including teenagers, are showing up in emergency rooms complaining of severe intestinal distress. Oh shit. My joint went out. I don't want to jump too far ahead on this article because I really want to debate the science on it. But I've had severe intestinal distress after smoking weed some nights because I will eat everything that's in the fridge. It's not that I'm sick. It's my body's like, holy shit, that's a lot of pie in there. I know, right? And your body's just like, I'm gonna poop because there's so much pie. They are writhing, holding their stomachs, complaining of really bad abdominal pain and nausea, said Dr. Sam Wang. I'm going to leave that one alone. A pediatric emergency medicine specialist and toxicologist at Children's Hospital Colorado who treats adolescents with the condition. So apparently this guy, Dr. Wang's got a whole bunch of people coming in, whole bunch of adolescents with weed-induced whatever. They vomit and then just continue to vomit whatever they have in their stomach, which can go on for hours. That sounds like when I used to be on opium. Like, you know, like when you'd take your Vicodin and you didn't have enough food, and then you would just puke and puke and puke until you're like, oh my God, that's black. Is it supposed to be black? And the doctor's just like, oh yeah, you forgot to eat bread. Jesus. And you expect me to think that it's weed that causes it. All right. Again, I'm jumping ahead. I'm letting my own biases get in the way of reporting the news. They vomit. Yeah, we read they vomit. They often say they took a scalding hot shower before they came to the ER, but it didn't help. Huh. I've taken showers in the past when I've had too much weed, so I get that part. That's when we know we may have a case of cannabis hypermesis syndrome, or CHS. They got a name for it now. Cannabis hypermesis. I've taken showers before because it's like you accidentally double up on the edibles and you're having fun just hanging out, drinking a few beers, and then all of a sudden you're just like, God, I wish everyone would go home, and nobody will go home. So you just go take a shower and hope when you get out of the shower, everybody left, but they're still there. And now you're in your pajamas and like kind of still wet. And they're like, why are you like this? You're like, I have no idea. I am really stoned right now. It's a bizarre condition. Cannabis hypermesis syndrome burst upon the medical scene in 2004. In 2004. It just got here. This is brand new, you guys. This is new science. We're just now starting to learn and understand cannabis hypermesis syndrome. Okay? We've only had 16 years. Right? Is that what it is? 16 plus 4, 20. Oh no, 21. 17? 17 years. Fuck, we don't even have a ribbon. We don't have a ribbon for this one. Green ribbons. Green ribbons for cannabis hyperemesis syndrome research. Anyway, so cannabis hyperemesis syndrome burst upon the medical scene in 2004 when a group of Australian researchers wrote about 19 chronic marijuana users. Why has it got to be the Australians? God, we already know we can't trust them anymore. Who had repeated episodes of abdominal pain and retching. Retching. I've got so much retching going on right now. The researchers followed 9 of the patients over time and found symptoms went away when cannabis use was stopped, but returned when it restarted. Oddly, it's the same with eating bread. Oddly, over half of the 19 reportedly using extremely hot baths or showers to treat their symptoms. What? Okay, I fucked that one up. I didn't even read that right at all. I'm sorry. I'm missing it. Never forget. Never forget. Oddly, over half of the 19 reported using extremely hot baths or showers to self-treat their symptoms as more and more cases of CHS began to appear. Hot bathing as a home treatment became a recurring theme. This is fucking news. This is news. Okay. Alright. Patients often say, this isn't even a fucking joke news. This is real. This is CNN, like news people that get paid to do news. Patients often say, it's always in the evening when I get this nausea, vomiting, Wang said. So they tell me, I go take a hot shower and it gets better. Then it happens again the next night. It's purely universal for these patients to say they need a really, really hot shower or really hot bath to improve their symptoms, he said. Why hot? That's not entirely clear, said Wang, who's an associate professor of pediatrics at the University of Colorado. Okay. Maybe I'm rude, but I take a hot bath every morning. My brother was shocked and he got pissed at me and he's like, you actually do that. You waste so much water. Whatever, you fucking liberal. But I'll tell you, I draw a bath and I sit in it and I make some really shitty comments on Twitter and then I wash my hair and I go about my day. Fuck you. I love the bath. But now I'm starting to think the only reason I take a bath in the morning is because possibly I'm on weed. Alright, where are we? It's always in the evening. Nope. It's pretty universal. Nope. Why hot? Wang. There we go. THC, or the main psychoactive compound found in weed, has access to the body's pain receptors. Huh. Really? So one theory is that distracting sensation of the extreme heat interrupts the pain cycle, thus easing symptoms. All right, we're going to do this one again. So the main psychoactive compound in weed has access to the body's pain receptors. So a lot of people use marijuana to help with pain, right? Makes sense. has access to the body's pain receptors. So one theory is that distracting sensation of the extreme heat interrupts the pain cycle. So using the hot baths is to try and whatever. So I have a whole bunch of nerve damage. I use marijuana to distract from the nerve damage. And they're suggesting that people smoke marijuana and they have to take a hot bath because, what? To compound the strangeness of the new disorder, which it's not, and we'll get there pretty soon, THC and other cannabinoids in the marijuana plant have been used for pain relief. Oh, right. Paradoxically, relieving nausea and vomiting in cancer patients undergoing chemotherapy. However, despite the popularity of marijuana as a painkiller, this one's a link. Study results on its effectiveness have been mixed. So you can see now we're going into the territory of they're going to dispute the science. So this entire article is all about trying to... They're big pharma shills. They're just saying marijuana is going to cause bad things. Your kid's going to have 3 legs. Whatever. And like I said, Jimmy Dore does a way better job of breaking it down and explaining it. But this whole article is just insane. To compound the strangeness of this new disorder, THC and other cannabinoids in the marijuana plant have been used for pain relief. Oh, we already read that, didn't we? I don't know. There's one paragraph coming up that just nails it, but I'm not quite there yet. I need to finish some more of this Rebel Spirit Strawberry Banana Sherbert. Okay. To compound the strangeness, we already went there. Still, why would the same compound relieve and also cause pain? Among a myriad of possibilities, dosage levels. Wang points to the ever-increasing potency of THC in today's marijuana products. That's true. That's very true. You need to be very wary, or not wary, understanding to know what you're getting when it comes into dosage of using marijuana. Most people that are normal users, it's fine, but if you're going to bring your parents into marijuana usage as medicine, they're not quite ready. My parents are in their 70s, 80s, and I've just started to bring, in the last like 5 years, started to bring my dad into the plants as medicine family. And it's not the same weed that your dad smoked in high school. Just an FYI. So everything now is a lot stronger. Where the hell were we? What were we even doing? Why am I even live? I'm just smoking weed. Okay. It's well documented the amount of THC that now comes in cannabis has increased substantially. Wang said in the 90s the average was like 4% or 5%. Now in Colorado it's anywhere from 15 to 20%. Another mystery, not all heavy users of weed are affected. Okay. It's not entirely clear who is predisposed to getting it. It's all fake. And we'll get down in there. Here we go. Here's the part that doesn't make any sense and why I don't understand why this whole thing is even an article. Research is spotty. To fully understand, treat, and prevent the new disorder, researchers need to document cases and compare symptoms. But CHS is so new that it doesn't have a medical diagnosis or insurance billing code, Wang said, making it a moving target. To do research, scientists look at medical records for reported cases of repetitive vomiting and compared those to marijuana usage in an area. Let's do that part one more time. Okay? To do research, scientists look at medical records for reported cases of repetitive vomiting and compare those to marijuana usage. What? This is research. It says right here to do what they call research. They look at medical records of reported cases of people who vomit repeatedly and compare that to marijuana usage. I mean, it makes sense, right? Okay. So Wang and his colleagues did just that in Colorado. So more people puked in Colorado. So there's a new thing called cannabis hypermesis something. Wang and his colleagues did just that in Colorado, where recreational 2014. Okay. Wang's analysis, published Friday in the journal JAMA Network Open, found over 800,000 cases of reported vomiting in Colorado. Okay, I'm laughing again. We're getting back to the part where it's going to start getting funny again. So, remember, Wang's the researcher. Wang's analysis, published Friday in the journal JAMA Network Open, found over 800,000 cases of reported vomiting in Colorado between 2013 and 2018. Wow. $800,000 cases of people vomiting. I can't wait to hear about how he ties this all back into being related to marijuana. You guys can probably see where this is going. He's not going to be able to, but this is kind of cool. That was an approximate 29% increase since marijuana was legalized in the state. So between 2013 and 2018, there was 800,000 cases of reported vomiting, and that was a 29% increase since marijuana was legalized. More than a third of the vomiting cases were reported in people younger than 25. I don't think I can count the amount of times that I threw up from, like, let's say 15 to 25. And almost none of it was from weed. Actually, I don't think I've ever thrown up from weed. But we're not talking about alcohol. That's fine. Anyway. This is not a rare problem, Wang said, when an adolescent comes in with cyclical abdominal pain and vomiting, my colleagues know to ask about cannabis use. Fucking serious? Anyway, it's pretty common practice to see this and diagnose and treat it. I don't believe this person at all. This can't be real. But anyway, it's CNN, it's news, it's real news. My joint went out again. What up, Birdie Mark? We're just trying to get through this CNN article without losing our shit. So anyway, people vomiting is where we're at. It's not a rare problem. Yeah, this guy Wang, he says when somebody comes in with vomiting and abdominal pain, he automatically knows it's weed. All cases of anything involving digestive tract, we already know are weed related, because there's nothing else that causes any type of digestive issues or vomiting or diarrhea. Only weed causes that. So here's the treatment for it. Intermediate treatment consists of anti-nausea medications and IV fluids to combat dehydration from the vomiting. So a Pedialyte or a Gatorade, if you can't find a Pedialyte, like say Rite Aid's not open, and you can't, or Albertsons isn't open, Safeway, whatever, and Pedialyte's the way to go if one of your buddies is having like super negative weed reactions and it has excessive vomiting from all their weed intake. I suggest Pedialyte. Actually, this live stream is brought to you by Pedialyte VPN. But intermediate treatment consists of anti-nausea medications and IV fluids to combat dehydration from the vomiting. But patients also undergo a battery of tests to rule out other causes. Blood and urine tests, expensive CT scans, unpleasant upper GI endoscopy, whatever, and gastric emptying tests, to name a few. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of stuff just to go through for, like, fucking bad night of partying. For some children now. Okay, because children are doing the weed. Those tests could be repeated again and again. For some of our kids, this is their 5th ER visit in the past 2 months with symptoms that they can... Okay, so now I'm confused, because now we're talking children? And if they wait too long to come in... What the fuck? And if they wait too long to come in, cannabis hyperemesis syndrome can be life-threatening. So wait. Children. Regardless of... I'm just reading their article. Regardless of whether it's cannabis hyperemesis syndrome or another virus that makes you vomit a lot, Wang said, if you let it go too long, you can have electrolyte disturbances, go into shock, and have organ failure. Cannabis hyperemesis syndrome is no different. I don't really understand. Like, I'm totally at a fucking loss. What the fuck? This is... It's gotta be the flavored vape juice. Dude, it is. It's from having the blackberry flavor put into the vape that's caused these kids to have cannabis hyperemesis. Does anybody remember that? Like, just not too long ago, like, people were dying of because they were smoking Chinese grape vape. Holy shit. Alright, we gotta get through this. I'm just trying to read this one article. I was just testing out to make sure this thing was even working, and now I've been talking. Anyway, concerns for the future. Let's get into the concerns for the future, alright? Data show. Sorry, I got cannabis hypermesis. So anyway, I gotta plug in my speaker. Just realized it wasn't plugged in. I didn't plan on going live or even talking to people. Glad you guys are here though. I'm gonna keep talking as long as you guys keep listening. This shit plugged in. Alright. Concerns for the future. Data show cannabis hypermesis syndrome is a national problem. Between 2005 and 2014, when only medical marijuana was legal in most states, a 2020 study found nearly 1 in 5 people hospitalized for it's cyclical? I don't know, whatever. Cycle vomiting in the U.S. reported concurrent cannabis use. So this is the part that I was talking about where it gets weird and it doesn't make any sense anymore. Like, it didn't make any sense to begin with, but this is the part where they admit in the story that it doesn't make any sense. So, data show CHS is a national problem. Between 2005 and 2014, when only medical marijuana was legal in most states, a 2020 study found nearly 1 in 5 hospitalized for cyclical vomiting in the U.S. reported concurrent cannabis use. So they're looking at people from 2005 to 2014 that went to the doctor for something, and they're saying, did you ever smoke weed? And if they answered yes, then Wang is using them in his study as a positive, saying that, oh, this person was throwing up because of weed. Like, it's really that simple. He's just like he's selectively doing this, and then CNN is just like putting it up there, because if you watch CNN, the television channel, you'll see that the people that pay for them to be on the television are the pharmaceutical companies. So of course they're gonna come out and say marijuana's bad. You're gonna get hypermesis syndrome from marijuanas, because between 2005 to 2014 we have a study that shows people were throwing up. That's such lies and bullshit, and god damn. I was gonna do this as a cannabis review, and I even labeled it and titled it one, and now I'm just gonna smoke some more and talk about it even more. Right? Fuck Wang, you know? Anyway, where were we? As of April 17th, states in the District of Columbia have legalized recreational marijuana for adults, while 36 states and several territories have medical marijuana laws on the books, according to Pew Research. A Pew survey found the majority of U.S. adults, 60%, say marijuana should be legal for medicinal and recreational use. With support like that, it's likely that even more states will legalize in the coming years. Is that it? Is that all we got? What's it say? Oh, what's the last word? What's Wang's last word? In adolescent and young adults, that's where their growing concern about habitual use and its effect on physical and mental health. Fuck you, Wang. Fuck Wang. It's just such stupid bullshit. It's like nothing. CNN Health. There's nothing in here. There's nothing down below this. So, like, the top of this is the fucking headline: uncontrollable vomiting due to marijuana use on the rise. Study finds. I don't even know how long I've been talking about it or reading through it, but there's nothing in there that suggests what that fucking says at all. Study didn't fucking find that. The fucking article didn't even back up its own headline. Fuck you. Come on. Anyway, Jimmy Dore makes fun of it a lot better than I do. It just pisses me off. They do this all the time, and it's out there every fucking day. This one was just over the top. I can't believe they still think they can get away with stupid shit like this. And it's not just with marijuana. There's other events that they believe they can fleece over, and we won't even know what happened. But if any of you guys start throwing up and, you know, whatnot, it's probably not COVID. It's probably cannabis hermesis syndrome. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, last week, it was the something variant, and now it's cannabis hermesis. I'm really worried, like, to be honest, like, okay, so totally dead serious. Let's be honest right now. I'm really worried about mushroom season. But that's all I got for tonight. I'm out. I'm going to try to figure out how to end this. I appreciate you guys. I really hope it sounded okay. I really hope it was okay to listen to. And I like having all you guys as friends. Have a good night.